This is the lecture video for section 5.5. This is the video number 2. We're going to talking about one example on how to actually use double angle identities. So really quickly, the double angle identities, we have 5 formulas if you want to say it. So I'm going to label it while I'm talking about it. So first, we have 3 formulas for the cosine. The first formula is cosine of 2a is equal to cosine of a, cosine squared of a minus sine squared of a. The second formula is 1 minus 2 times sine squared of a. The third one is 2 times cosine squared of a minus 1. The next formula is for the sine of 2a is going to equal to 2 copies of sine of a times cosine of a. And then the fifth formula is tangent of 2a equal to 2 times tangent of a over 1 minus tangent squared of a. So the example we have is, we know sine theta equal to 2 over 5. And we also know that cosine theta is less than 0. We want to find the sine of 2a, sine of 2 theta, cosine of 2 theta, and tangent of 2 theta. So to find, actually I'm just thinking about like kind of brainstorming scratch paper work. So to find the sine of 2 theta, I need to have, according to the formulas, 2 copies of sine of theta times cosine of theta. I have the sine of theta, but I need to find the cosine of theta. Similar thing for cosine of 2 theta, either 1 minus 2 copies of sine squared theta, or 2 copies of cosine squared theta minus 1, or cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. Okay, so for this case, since I'm writing out the formula for the cosines, what we can see is, based on what we have, sine of theta equal to 2/5, we can actually directly find cosine of 2 theta using the 1 minus 2 times sine squared theta. Okay, so that might be something we can think about it. And then once we have this one, we probably can use the second part, 2 times cosine squared theta minus 1, to figure out what is the cosine theta in order for us to find the sine theta or sine 2 theta or tangent 2 theta. Okay, so this is more like the brainstorming part. I'm going to try to solving it in this directions. So I'm going to first start by find cosine of 2 theta. According to the formula is, I want to use the sine one. So 1 minus 2 copies of sine squared theta. So sine squared theta, sine theta equal to 2 over 5. So 2 over 5 squared. So we got 4 over 25. Since I'm going to multiply a whole number by a fraction, so better changing the whole number to a fraction form. So I end up with 1 minus 8 over 25, which is 17 over 25. So I got cosine of 2 theta equal to 17 over 25. Okay, so I can thinking this is like step 1. Step 2, choosing a different color. I have cosine 2 theta equals to 17 over 25 from my step 1. But cosine of 2 theta is also equals to, I'm going to using a different formula, 2 copies of cosine squared theta minus 1. So that means 2 copies of cosine theta minus 1 equal to 17 over 25. 2 copies of cosine squared theta will equals to 17 over 25 plus 1, which is 42 over 25. 17 plus 25 should be equals to 42. Yep. Now I'm going to divide it by 2. So 21 over 25 equal to cosine squared theta, taking the square root out. So cosine theta equal to square root of 21 over 5. Since cosine of theta is less than 0, so it is negative. So that's my step 2. From those 2 steps, what I know is now I have sine of theta equal to 2/5, cosine of theta equals to negative square root of 21 over 5. Tangent of theta equals to negative 2 square root of 25, actually 2 over square root of 21, which is negative 2 square root of 21 over 21. Okay, so now I can move on to my step 3 to find sine of 2 theta. According to the formula, is 2 copies of sine theta cosine theta, which is 2 copies of 2/5 times negative square root of 21 over 5. So we got negative 25 for square root of 21. And then step 4, I'm going to find tangent of 2 theta, which is 2 copies of tangent theta over 1 minus tangent square theta. 2 times negative 2 over 21, 2 square root of 21 over 21 over 1 minus, I'm going to use negative 2 over 21, square root of 21, negative 2 over square root of 21, square. Continue, I will have negative 4 times square root of 21 over 21 divided by, actually just do divided by later, 1 minus 4 over 21. So we will have negative 4 square root of 21 over 21 divided by 1 minus 4 over 21, where 1 minus 4 over 21 will becomes to 17 over 21. Dividing a fraction is the same as multiply its reciprocal, so we end up with negative 4 square root of 21 over 17. So putting everything together, so we have sine of 2 theta equal to negative 4 square root of 21 over 25. Cosine of 2 theta equals to 17 over 25. Tangent of 2 theta equal to negative 4 square root of 21 over 17. To make this video a little bit longer, If you feel like that is too complicated, how do I know which one I should start from? Then another method you can start is using the Pythagorean identities, which is sine square theta plus cosine square theta equal to 1. Since I have sine theta, which is 2/5, then I can find the cosine theta, or cosine square theta first, which is theta, which is 1 minus 4 over 25, 11 over 25, actually 21 over 25, cosine square theta. So cosine theta will equals to square root of 21 over 5, negative, because cosine is negative. Then from here, we can find the tangent of theta by using sine of theta over cosine of theta, which is 2/5 divided by negative square root 21 over 5, 2/5 multiplied by 5, negative 21, so negative 2 over square root 21, rationalize the denominator, negative 2 square root of 21 over 21. Then you can start to find cosine of 2 theta, sine of 2 theta, and tangent of 2 theta using the formulas.